Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Na, szép jó estét mindenkinek. Megjöttünk ide föntre. Nagyjából az derült ki, hogy fent sokkal jobb a helyzet, mint lent. Ami egyébként nem igaz, mert mégse kell bányába megdögleniük, mint a rabszolgáknak, úgyhogy de, jobb a helyzet fönt. De amúgy nem sokkal.
Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything.
Jó, hát ennél készebb én már nem leszek. No turning point, beszarsz.
I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that. Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
Nagyon ajánlom neki, hogy válaszokat is kapjunk.
Curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
Hát kérdéseim vannak. Válaszaim nincsenek.
This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
I think I can make this work.
Yeah? Na? Mit tud a masina?
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment.
Yeah?
That must be the master cores.
Yeah?
With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renin citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renins are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait. I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
De hát azt eddig is tudtuk. Olyat mondjál már, amit nem tudunk, a kurva szádat.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Igen, ezt tudjuk. De minek?
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Nem. A haverunk. Az ős
Test subject number
ellenségünk.
10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique Adjustment Index, Generation, NA. Given name,
Béla.
Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Ez egy jó kérdés.
Upon victory, the sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been
Begyűjteni az
devised for some other
asztrális
purpose.
energiát, de utána csak fejbe lövik, vagy mi van?
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the sovereign, then who was it?
Ez egy
Crown
jó
contests have been
kérdés.
held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
Akár.
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
Hát tudhat valami.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately.
Jó, hát
I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
hát olvasgasd.
I'll do that.
Mire jó ez az egész kísérlet például? Mire jó az uralkodó?
So this is where Alphen became the sovereign.
Sose derül ki.
Volron as well. The significance of this location
Nem
would
tudja
suggest...
átlépni a
Hey,
madzagot.
it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Na jó, hát... nem ilyen rosszul.
Only 2 sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time?
Ez is
And
egy
if
jó
that's the case,
kérdés.
why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew
Hát
what I
ez
was
azt
already,
tudtuk, hát ez nem,
so
ne
it's not like
csináljuk.
it's a surprise or anything.
Hogy most jöttél rá.
It's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah, we wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.
Hús. Ennyi?
Naori,
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill.
Ő lesz a
I'm
izé,
sorry for what
csaj.
you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
Figyeld meg, ő lesz a ribant.
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegis will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it.
Szép, 10%-ra berizikózta.
I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen. That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegis.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegis crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Jó az én.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me, and made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
Hát
This
gicses.
place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Jó, pedig erre nem is emlékszem. Na mi ez?
After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Hoppá.
Naori?
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused
Hello,
Alphen to lose
Dragon.
control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Ez lesz a
Is this another memory?
tüske.
No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
Igen.
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away
Ez a
inside of me.
tüske.
But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done.
Hát már rég kihalt mindenki a kurva
With the
bolygón.
destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet.
Csak ne fehér
That at
háttérben
least would
nyomatnál
hold
már,
the
bazd
astral
meg.
energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead.
Be lehet zárni abba a szarba. Aha.
That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well.
Nem, azt nem tudod megmagyarázni, hogy miután magadba zártad
Forgive
azt
me.
a
I
polipot,
never meant to burden the future world with this threat too.
azt hogy adod át
I
a
only wish
gyerekednek?
that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
Jó, ezt a fehéret kapcsoljuk meg ki. A kurva nyára.
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
Na?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're
Új
saying this
transzmog.
is the maiden's outfit?
Az.
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Mert csak.
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns.
Na de ha ez ilyen egyszerű, ezt miért nem csinálták meg akkor?
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renin lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop.
Na jó, de akik ezt az egészet elkezdték, azoknak mi volt a terve? Meg miért csinálták?
So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong.
Ne
What happened
hülyeskedj.
to you was because of the ceremony, and Naori's attempt to stop oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No, the truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone. All the normal things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself, and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead. And it's for
Hát
my
elvileg
sake.
olyan sok már nem. Hát meg kell keresni a rivoncot, megrugdosni. Valószínűleg előkerül a másik uralkodó is. Azt is megrugdosni. Elvenni tőlük a bigyót. Bezárni a csápit. Azt win. Vagy legalábbis én ezt gondolom, de... Kaptunk tudtat. Szóval szerintem annyira nem Ez a kard az nem is néz ki rosszul. Az jól néz ki, az mehet. Jó, hát ez már egy mozsárá, mondjuk fehér. Az jó lesz. Na jó, hát de... Nyomjuk. Majd lesz valami. Hát Mr. már kiírta, hogy innen nincsen visszaút. Nem hiszem, hogy olyan sok lenne. Aztán ki tudja, persze.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
És én még mindig fogadnák rá, hogy a Red Woman az tulajdonképp Naori.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Elvileg maximum vagyunk. Ja.
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Olyasmi gondolom.
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Oh, once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
Átalakul
What's
Godzilla-vá.
happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
Na hát,
He's not
vegyük
gonna
el
lunge at
tőle.
us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alvin, look!
The Red Woman!
Mondom én.
So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
Bunyó. Vagy fasz tudja, de bunyó. Ajaj.
What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Elton. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
I never miss.
Double Demon Fang!
Here's a healing arc.
Fang!
First aid. Armor Warden, save me. Glacial spear. Here's evil. Raging Freeze Lancer. Here it goes.
Double Demon Fang!
Rain down.
Double Demon
Here's a
Fang!
healing arc.
Burn!
I'll tear you apart. Here, let me help. First aid.
I owe you-
Far enough. Meteor storm.
Demon Fang!
I'll be saving this
Double Demon Fang!
Light astral energy. I'm out of it. What?
In a bind?
Hát eddig semmi nem hatott rájuk.
A wailing banshee
Demon
of
Fang!
lightning!
Double Demon Fang!
Here, let me help.
I'll be saving this way!
Oh,
Double Demon Fang!
Rain down and purify
Demon
all!
Fang! It's on! You picked the wrong fight!
I'll
tear you apart! Swallow Blade! I owe you one!
Ready and rare!
Demon
A
Fang!
wailing
Double
banshee of
Demon Fang!
lightning!
Armor won't save
Demon
you!
Fang!
Lightning!
Double Demon Fang!
I never miss!
Demon Fang!
Do you require a hand?
Where did that came from?
Demon Fang! Double Demon
Between
Fang!
heaven and earth! Focusing! Lightning condemned!
Here, let me help.
It's on!
First aid!
Demon Fang!
Annihilation!
Jó, hát kapják.
Demon Fang!
Here's evil!
Demon Fang! Double Demon
Here's
Fang!
a healing arc!
I owe you one! Double Demon
Rain
Fang!
down and purify all!
Ah!
out of this!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Waters, hear my call!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Hear the
Demon
healing
Fang!
roar!
Double Demon Fang!
Here,
Shattering
shattering
pieces! You picked the wrong fight!
Sleep now! More for the stockpile!
Double Demon Fang!
More with that background spray! Huddle! The waters have created in the sky, it's mine! Dance!
Leave the chargers to me!
Here's a healing art!
Stay away from my friend! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Searing flame! Reload!
The earth throbs in pain.
Radiant here! Into the shadows!
Double Demon Fang!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Demon
In a
Fang!
bind?
Double Demon
Resuscitation!
Fang!
I still got some fight left in me!
Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! You picked the wrong fight!
Holy Land! I can do Mega Ray!
Double Demon Fang!
Here's a healing art!
Double Demon Fang!
I never miss!
Portal Blade!
Here
Portal
goes!
Dance! Infernal Torrent!
Illuminate the dark!
Double Demon Fang!
Holy
Carve
Glimmer!
through
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Now or never.
Here, let me help! First aid! Think again!
Demon Fist Blows all
Here,
around.
let me help! First aid! Here, let me help!
Double Demon
First
Fang!
aid! Sleep now!
You may be... No!
Here, let me help!
Can't end here!
Don't give up! I'll bring you back from death's heaven and earth! Resuscitate! A wailing banshee of lightning! Sealed! I'll be saving this one!
Double Demon Fang!
Mega Ray!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Take this!
Demon Fang!
Blade inside me yearns to be let free.
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Pain between heaven and earth!
Anything in armor is all mine!
A wailing banshee of lightning! Here's a healing art! First aid!
you
Here, let me help! I'll be saving this one! Think again! Primed and ready!
Double Demon Fang!
More where that came from! Illuminate the
Double
top
Demon Fang! Eat dirt!
Holy Land!
Prepare to be sealed! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Lightning!
Dobták.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Most jön az igazi bunyó.
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally. It was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me? You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one
Meg a
of them
másik
besides
hülye.
me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
És mi az?
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Dana are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Elvitte.
Serenus Alva!
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alphen!
Milyen szívecskés a platform, bazd meg. Biztos, hogy ne hagyjátok ott. Jaj, de cuki amúgy. Úgyse hal meg, sose halnak meg.
Go. But no, I will be your shadow no
Come on,
matter where you
úgyse
try
hal
to
meg.
run.
Let's go.
Ja, biztos Godzilla lesz belőle, vagy valami.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Is Volron... have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What, those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Galactus-tól,
There's
bazd
a good
meg, nem
chance it's
tudom.
not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renasolma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Na, hát
We're
nyomjuk.
agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
Megyünk még egy kört, hát semmi gond.
But seriously, I was not expecting Voron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
Most nem hagy gyors utazni, mert miért hagyna? Elég sok CP-t költöttünk, lassan lejár a kajabuff. Jó, de mi a faszért kell gyalog menni? Miért nem lehet, hogy gyors utazni? Visszafelé is kelljen verekedni azért? Vagy mi?
An opponent like this should be easy.
Where are you going? How long are we gonna keep this up for exactly?
Far enough! Lunar collision!
Damn it!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
These fists have got your name on them!
Here's a healing art.
Start up!
Do it.
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that. Here's evil. Freeze laser.
Can't get out of this!
Glimmer
Now on my watch. Oh, sparkling star. Glacial spear. Here's the evil. The healing is
There you are! Double demon fang! Ready and ready! Glimmer flash! Now you see what I can do!
annihilation.
Well then, let's keep moving. Out of our way!
I never miss.
Glimmer dragon!
Aqua. It's like trying to keep up with a wall. Malevolent. Arctic Waterfall. Healing art. First aid.
Talon hurricane!
Disaster.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And a healing to me! Rising Wyvern! It's on! We did it!
Swallow
down!
That's freaking done.
Rising Wyvern!
Here's a healing art. Here
I
goes.
owe you one. Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help.
Cross Rush! Demon Fang!
No further. Here's evil.
Generation!
Freeze laser. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Here's a healing art.
Rising Wyvern!
First
I
aid.
owe you one.
It's
Armor won't save you!
Celestial hammer! Freeze lancer!
Jackal! Rising falcon!
Do it!
Double
Shine! Astral energy! Full throttle! Here's the lunar corruption!
Rising wyvern!
Lunar blast! Watch and weep!
Here I come!
Lightning! Far enough! Downfall! Primed and ready!
Do it!
Lightning!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Step back! This one's all law!
Amúgy lehet, hogy tévedek, de szerintem többre mennénk vele. Ha kikapcsolnánk ezeket a levegőbe ugráló fasságokat. Csak ugrál a levegőbe, mint egy balfasz. Próbáld megér. Tejszínes epertorta receptetség.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danon. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day?
How about you, Shion? Dohalim? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renis Alma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Little help! Where are you going? Raging storm! Lunar corruption!
Time to cross blades!
Lunar blast! Celestial
Anything in armor is all mine!
healing hurricane!
If armor won't save you!
Solar blade!
Magic
I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire!
Here's a healing art!
Sonic
Illuminate
Boom!
the storm! Come forth! Teleport!
All mine!
Change from heaven and earth!
charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Eat dirt!
I really owe you one.
Talon Hurricane!
Go time! Follow your dreams!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Watch
Lightning
this!
raging cascade! I'm all stuffed up!
Double demon fang!
Take this!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Annihilation!
Rising shattering cut! Enough done! I could do without this pain.
The water's recreation!
Now I'm in the groove!
Dance immortal goblet!
Eagle
Feel
assault!
it! More for the
Double demon
stockpile!
fang!
Rolling flame! Reload! This world! More with action from
Korai volt.
Rise and Rend!
Try harder!
Lunar corruption! Gemini lightning raging cascade!
Try harder!
Here, let me help.
Ah! Swallow!
The earth throbbing.
This one's mine!
Try this!
Hurricane!
Infernal
Use
torrent!
a healing art! Air thrust!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
I'll finish you here and now!
Pierce! Field!
I'll smash you!
More for the
Swallow
stockpile!
blade! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help.
Take this!
First aid!
Blow away!
Supernova! One call!
Double demon fang!
Here goes!
Now I'm in trouble!
Confiscated!
Pierce through! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
That'll teach us for getting cocky.
Go no further!
Here, let me help. Leave the charge to me.
Severing wind!
Here, let me help.
First aid! Tidal wave! These ones can run rings around us!
Denied!
Sleep now!
Destruction!
More for the stockpile!
Ready and
You
raring.
picked the wrong fight!
And again! More with
Here,
our
now or never.
First aid! Now! Burning strike! Arcane water flood! In here! This
Now
one's
you see what I
mine!
can do!
Mega ray!
Get it started! Rending flash!
I'm never fit! Raging storm! Mega ray!
Rising wyvern!
Now I'm real mad!
Puddle! Hurricane!
Take this!
Rain down and purify!
Mega Not today!
Glacial Spear, pierce evil.
Come and get it! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike!
Rippin'! Now I'm in the
Mega
groove!
ray! Now!
Double leap! In an instant! Impact cross!
Nyek.
I've been doing really great lately.
Csak lassan elfogy a cöpő.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Joe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Maladyce from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's
Na majd
minds
Peti
at ease.
bejelentkezik, mint uralkodó.
At ease. Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Maladyce right now?
Maladyce wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Maladyce. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldaman and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid, as people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Maladyce, not the lords and sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
És lőmfény. Na, ezt hogy csinálták? Azt a számít, hogy megint ki akarják sütni az
Your
agyamat.
speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing.
Hogy ne létezne ott áll melletted.
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Maladyce, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
Jézus.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnagain's death. To see a future.
Látom magam előtt a zenei társadalmat. Gyönyörű lesz.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Maladyce till you get back.
Thank you.
Akkor menjünk a bolygóra? Vagy mi a terv?
I guess you're not going to make it to Maladyce for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Maladyce can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Maladyce who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Maladyce's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Kapjuk itt bazd meg a paneleket, de honnan szerezzek hozzá annyi pontot az anyádok picsáján?
Looks like the people of Maladyce can rest.
Mindig nem hagy gyors utazni.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, La.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
De legalább pihenni tudunk. Vissza kéne menni egy kör ilyen ércet kifarmolni. A legnagyobb problémáim a kurva kövek, hogy nincsenek. Bár lehet, hogy most már elég felesleges. Amúgy egy kört mehetnénk. Aztán legfeljebb nem dob lópaszt sem.
Hell yeah! There's no way you can.
Most egy kör az megvan 5 perc alatt, vagy 10, na, mit tudom én. Jobb fegyver.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Meg lehet, hogy vissza se enged amúgy. Sőt, biztos nem enged vissza. Jó, akkor mindegy. Nem baj, a buff megvan. Most találunk kőnódokat, majd jobb kő esik. Miért nem lehet teleportálni? Még kell ekkora cuclin menni?
Nothing gets by me!
In a bind?
Whirlwind snap! Lightning orb!
Take this!
Not on my watch! Lightning orb! Illuminate magic is
In an instant!
impact cross! The waters of creation! Lunar corruption! Immortal droplet! By the power of water!
Too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up.
Water! Hear my call!
Eat dirt!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Purify all! Freak lancer!
Coming Sonic thrust! Sword Ring
Meteor
Alpha!
storm! Gemini Aqua! Mega Ray! Heaven and Earth! Gemini Aqua! A wailing banshee of lightning!
In a bind?
Mega Ray! Divine Annihilation! The waters of creation! Now!
Surely! In an instant! Impact cross!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Mega Ray!
Eat dirt!
Hear me! Lightning orb! Burning! Illuminate the
Sword
dark!
Alpha!
Gemini Aqua!
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Mega Ray! Divine!
Your armor won't save you!
Ready!
I'll tear you apart! Now I'm in trouble.
Raging First Aid! Here's a healing art! First Aid! Here's a healing art! First Aid!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
First strike! Dazzle!
Mega Ray! Hear me! Illuminate Fury!
No further!
Here, let me help! First Aid!
Eat dirt!
Wailing banshee of lightning! Here's a healing art! In here! First Aid! Mega Ray!
Raining strike!
Annihilation!
Eternal devastation!
Armor won't save you!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Sleep now!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara!
It's time!
Mega Ray! More with that
I'll finish you here and now!
Alpha!
You see what happened there as you crossed? Shouldn't have done that.
Dragon Tail!
What's this? Anything in armor. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here's a healing art! Raging
I'll
Sword!
finish you here and now!
By the power of water! Annihilation! Here's a healing art! Air thrust! First aid! The water
Here,
let me
let me
help!
help.
Dance!
I'll
Immortal
crush you!
droplet! Here's a healing art! Tidal wave!
I'll finish you here and now!
Air
Far enough! Swimmer dragon!
Not on my watch! Mega Ray! Thunder Field! The waters of creation! Dance! Immortal droplet!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
We're still standing. Barely.
Go no further! Where are you going?
Crumble!
Mega Ray!
In a bind?
Raging Storm! Burning Strike! The waters of
Throw that gun at your
Mega
head!
Ray!
Yeah, you see what I can
Droplet!
do!
I can handle it!
Demon Fang!
Far enough!
Tidal Wave! Lightning Condemned!
This one's mine!
Thunder Blade! Illuminate magic! Elfin! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Mega Ray! Light Astrolabe! Illuminate the dark!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah, and the pummeling to me.
Here's a healing! Heaven and Earth! A wailing banshee of lightning!
See what happened there as you crossed. Shouldn't have done that.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
Mega Ray! Lightning Sword! Mega Ray! Elfin! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
With this, I can become even stronger.
És visszajöttem? Én már nem tudom, hova megyünk, gyerekek, de szerintem most indultam el rossz irányba. Semmit nem értek. És visszaértünk ide. Végül is technikailag amúgy ezt akartam, csak azt hittem, hogy nem lehet. De hogy véletlenül pont ide jutunk, amikor az ellenkező irányba akartam menni, azért az csúcs. Mondjuk ide meg már teljesen fölösleges. Jó, hát bocs. Ezért kéne a játékban egy ilyen kis nyíl, hogy arra. De lespórolják, mert állítólag mindenki tudja rajtam kívül merre kell menni, csak én a leghülyébb, ugye nem tudja sose. Mindenkinek egyértelmű lett volna, hogy az ellenkező irányba kell menni. Még az is lehet, hogy hamarabb rájött volna, mint én hülye. Mindegy, farmoltunk, jó az.
Sleep now.
Burn in hell!
Cover the stockpile. Lightning condemned. Confiscated.
It's too fast.
Now.
Stand back.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
You require
Here I go.
Smash you!
I'll finish you
right now!
Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone. Purge malevolent.
Radiant
Here.
Double Demon Fang!
Freeze. I'm ready for the next battle. Hey, look at that.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Eat this!
Primed and ready.
Finish it!
Elfin, this ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Rising
Lunar
Walker!
corruption.
Take this!
Security. Here's a healing arc. First aid.
Internal devastation!
Leave the
You
ensnaring
picked
to
the
me.
wrong fight!
Yeah, and the pummeling to me!
Waters of creation. Freeze laser.
Fire Alpha!
Here, let me help. First aid. Magic is out. In here.
Now or never.
First
Let me
aid.
see what I can do!
Take this!
Need to pull myself together. Dance in the wind. Mega
Radiant
red.
Slash!
Take this!
I can do this all
Here,
day.
let me help.
First aid.
Radiant Alpha!
Mega ray.
Slash!
Not in your dreams.
And finish it! Howard!
Look sharp. Lightning Tiger Blade.
Take it. Go. Help this. Carve now through all.
I need to be stronger.
Na, majd jó megnézzük, az a fénykő jó valamire.
Right, here goes!
Mega Ray! Double four! Come forth and burn in purity! Big Blast!
Now or never.
Maelstrom!
Double demon!
No
I
further.
think I'll pass on the hand. Mega Ray! Annihilation!
Double demon
Lightning!
fang!
Hurricane! I never miss!
It's showtime!
Here's a healing art! First aid! First aid! First aid! Mega Ray!
These sticks have got your name on them.
I'll be safe!
To be sealed.
Tempest!
Can't get out of this. I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Crumble!
By the power of water! Raging Cascade! Here's a healing art!
Ignite!
First aid! Here, let me help! First aid! Mega Ray! Annihilation! Mega Ray!
Shattering
I'll be saving by the power
attack
of water! Annihilation! Mega Ray!
You're mine!
Blow away!
First aid! Steel Force!
A charge like
Time
that
to
can
let it
easily
rip.
be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Mega Ray! Insert heaven and earth!
Demon fang!
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Sword rain out! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing art! Raging Cascade!
Double demon fang!
Magic advance! Lightning! Down in here!
Double
Mega
demon
Ray!
fang!
Light action! Here's a healing art!
Double demon fang!
First aid!
Burn!
Mega Ray!
Finish it!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
We're still standing. Barely.
Mega Ray!
Armor won't save you!
Annihilation! Mega Ray! Thunder Field! Lightning! Downfall! The waters of creation! Gemini Alpha! Mortal Annihilation! In here! Big strike! I'll be saving this Mega Ray!
Megasonic thrust!
Dust to
Raging
dust!
Storm! Here's a never miss! Mega Ray! Here, let me help! First aid!
This one's mine!
I can handle it.
Mega Ray!
Here I come! Rising
Solar
water!
dance!
Lunar
I'll finish you
correction!
here and now!
Gemini Alpha! Meteor Storm! The waters of creation! I'm out of ammo!
Now I'm real mad!
Immortal Droplet! First aid!
Ready and rare!
Tidal Wave! Mega Ray!
Armor won't save you!
Dragon finish it!
Talon Hurricane!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Most kell körbe menni. De miért kell lefutni? Miért nem lehet izé? Miért nem lehet gyors utazni?
I thought we'd find answers on Maladyce, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Maladyce.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissance. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should...
Na mi van?
What?
Jó, bírja odakint.
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
Belelőnek a napba, mit tudom én, hát. Na, van valami űrállomás. Mit tudom én. De nem eddig voltunk az űrállomáson. Jó, szét van lőve a bolygó, Csoki. Mi a fasz ez? Kihaltak. Annyian élnek, amennyien az űrállomáson vannak? Mi a fasz? Jó, lehet, hogy már annyian se. El akarják lopni az egész bolygót, hogy megcsinálják a sajátjukat, vagy milyen geci kurvanya folyik itt? Kinyílt a rózsa, hát jó, én már sakmant. Meglocsoltuk az űrrózsát, hát nem.
A flower blooming out of Rena?
Na, eddig én is
That flower looks like
eljutottam.
it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
Nagyon úgy fens, de hogy mi a
If that's
faszom ez?
true, do you think the people back on Maladyce are all right?
Biztos remekül vannak.
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The flower of oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it laid dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Na,
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
az mi?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
Vonósugárral bevisz az Enterprise-ra, én már tényleg elvesztettem minden fonalat. Éppen egy bolygóban locsolunk meg egy űrrózsát, csak hogy így értjük. Megyünk vissza, nem mentünk mi sehova. Ez mi a faszom? Még egy űrállomás, hogy ez ugyanaz volt?
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here.
A
The question
télapó,
is,
bazd meg.
who?
Ezen a ponton
We
már
haven't been
bármi
ambushed,
lehet.
so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Na, most már ha nem mond valaki valamit, akkor
I
mérges
still
leszek.
can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Vagy
Beats
halál,
me.
nem tudom.
I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens.
Jó, hát
But to
hazudtak.
think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be
Jézusom,
here
hát
somewhere. Let's find them.
jaj. Jó. Ide gyűjtünk, nagyon jó. Itt lesz a császár, aki irányítja a birodalmat, nem tudom, passz. Még mindig a rózsa alakú bolygónál vagyok.
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that? It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
Nem hiszem, beszélnek arra velünk, ő a lázadás, hogy picsa se tudja.
It doesn't look like it can move. Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Robot.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
Dezintegrálnak minket, mit tudom én.
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh, goody. More riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil.
Csodás. És az mi?
The red women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this Great Spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Maladyce. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrect 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's Great Spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Maladyce are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy, and the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed, and it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Maladyce was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Persze.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrect 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Maladyce has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If
Jó,
nothing
hát
is
azt
done about
láttuk,
the Great
igen.
Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
Na tessék.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Faisal.
Hey! Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
Igen, jó. Szóval vannak az ufók, meg a nagy szellem, akik eszik a bolygókat. Hát csodás. Hova a faszomba menjek? Jó.
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you, Dohalim? Were you able to follow it at all?
At the very least, everything it said about the Renan Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to astral energy. That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me.
Okay.
How the Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the Renans? How do they factor into all this?
Én már ilyenekkel nem foglalkozom.
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevrik 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter. Let's find out.
Én ott tartok, hogy nem értek semmit. Van a bolygószellem, aki kezdve a másik bolygót, lefordítva malára. Az a faszpiros. Ha valaki ennél jobban össze tudja foglalni, akkor GG. Na, panoráma, kilátó. Hát ez király volt. Kurvára megérte ide jönni. És ki a tökömmel kéne beszélni? Hát nincs itt senki. Van. Na, hát van.
Who are they?
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Are you a Renan?
Hmm? Oh, yeah, I guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can.
Én már nem tudom,
But be
mit
quick.
kérdezzek, se
Our
nem, hogy mit
subjects are undergoing a
mondjatok.
dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevrecht 35 when he mentioned that Overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Én már olyat kérdezni se tudnák, amitől okosabb lennék, esküszöm.
Have you guys lived up here in Dig Faisal with Hevrek 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Maladyce from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrek 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renans. As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
So
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegus is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Hevrek 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegus? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply stay here and watch everything unfold instead. Things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much longer. It can't extend its life any further. That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Thank you for answering our questions.
Semmivel szerettem okozni. Igen.
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us what you know about the Helganquil.
You mean the Overseer's species? I can't say I know much about them.
Well, for starters, where'd they come from?
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not.
Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
Csodás.
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
Nem, mert az egy űrvirág.
But there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language. People of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded
Igen,
from
hogy
there.
kinyerjék a cuccot,
That's why we,
gondolom.
as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use Astro Arts on Dana now.
Persze, mert elvittek mindenkit,
Helganquil
aki tud.
technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and...
Enough! You needn't tell us anymore.
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque. But if you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it. Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
I see. Thanks for filling us in.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
Pedig tuti.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
Then let's hope this is our last revelation for a while.
Hát, biztos nem. Tehát összefoglalva, van az űrvirág, aki ide gyűjt, fogta a bolygót, és összeszedte azokat, akik így tudtak varázsolni. Azért, hogy összegyűjtsék az asztrális kurvanyját. Ezért nem maradt senki a bolygón úgy nagyjából, aki tudna varázsolni. Közben beadták a majmoknak, hogy ők felsőbbrendű lények, mert ők tudnak. És hagyták őket baszkódni a bolygóval. Aztán az még nem világos, hogy min vesztek össze a nagy szellemmel, de bánom is én.
Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
No more.
Yes. It was to use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral energy and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient. Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner. However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied. The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans in Helganquil that day. For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renis Alma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana, and implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
And the crown contest began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps. A new Sovereign had to be made as well. It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
Bingo.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana. As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
Na jó, de mi a terv ezek
Everett
után?
35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes, and yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
He talks like the potential end of the world is just another day on the job.
You've got to
Mennek
remember that
igaz.
these guys have been living alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are in?
It feels like our whole world has been turned upside down. Is there anything we know that's still true at this point?
Seriously, I'm still trying to process the fact that we Renans were created by the Helganquil, let alone the Sovereign and Maiden stuff.
Let's take a moment to gather ourselves. I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone agree?
Igen, de mit csinálunk vele?
Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's great spirit being behind everything.
Everything that's happened, everything we've endured, it's all because of astral energy.
Ugye azt mondjuk
And to
eddig is
get that
tudtuk.
energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the Renans, who went on to invade and rule over the Danans.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well is likely because they were originally Danans all along.
Either way, I think it's fair to say we've all had a lot to take in at once. Maybe too much even. We should
Szerintem is
probably
aludjunk
take
rá
it easy and
egyet.
rest our minds a bit. Why don't we all take some time to think things over before we decide on our next move?
That's a good idea,
De
Kisara.
milyen next move?
If the
Nincsen
Renan
next
Great
move.
Spirit really is behind all this, and we've got a really big fight ahead of us. Because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely sure of ourselves. So let's go ahead and break off for now. We aren't in any immediate danger, so we should be okay.
Mégis hogy akarunk legyőzni egy bolygó szellemet?
I could ask you the same question.
I figured I'd get all my thinking in while walking around and checking up on everybody.
I'll go along with you. I'm interested to hear what's on everyone's minds too.
Sounds good. Let's go find them.
Na bazd meg.
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah, let's hit up each spot.
Hát ez itt tömény volt. Hogy állunk? Csodálatosan. Jó, hát... Beszéljünk persze. Mindenkivel is.
Oh, it's you two. Does he seem like he's doing any better now?
He who? Oh, you mean Dohalim, don't you?
I know that we're all struggling to wrap our minds around it all, but he looked like he was taking it really hard earlier.
What do you think about everything we've learned? About the Renans and the Great Spirit and all that?
On some level, I'm not even really sure what to think, to be honest. I mean, the Great Spirit is like a huge natural disaster.
Gondolom, hogy ezt hogy ölünk meg, vagy hogy nyomjuk le.
But if that thing's hellbent on trying to destroy our planet, then the only thing left for us to do is stop it. As for the Renans, I suppose my feelings on that are a bit more mixed.
How so?
Coexistence between Danans and Renans in Menancia is still a work in progress. In my case, I think that's partly because deep down, I was still on guard around Renans. So, to be told that they're like us, that they're actually just like us is, well, I guess it's a little deflating, to be honest.
You kept a pretty level head.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helganquil and the Great Spirit are the ones who are responsible. But at the same time, I realize that not every Danan is necessarily going to believe that either.
I know you're already aware of this, but the list of grievances the Danans have against the Renans is long, and understandably so. And if people then find out that they're all actually one and the same, yeah, I don't think they're going to take to it too kindly.
Even just among the Danans, I'm sure there'll be some who emerge with power and some who won't. I think if we can find a way to get rid of that imbalance, then we'll be in a truly good place.
Well, first we can try to figure out what to do about the existing conflicts we have.
Yeah. It'd be nice if one day people could learn to get past their hatred like Rinwell did.
It's no small task. We can't pretend like the past didn't happen and ask people to forget their very real pain and suffering.
Right. Everybody has their reasons for feeling the way that they do. But if we just keep yelling at each other about it, we'll never move on. In a worst-case scenario, it might lead to even more people getting killed.
And we all have to figure out how to meet halfway. Not just that, but to also embrace each other's pain in a sense.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
It's true. Everybody has their own scars, their own trauma. The first step to healing those wounds is to put aside that hatred. It won't be achieved through reasoning, but I think it's a good first step, if nothing else. And now, I think I see a way to move forward. But to do that, first we need to make sure our planet isn't going to get wiped out.
You both seem awfully calm.
Only because after everything we've seen, we don't have the energy to keep being shocked.
How are you holding up, Rinwell? That whole talk about the Renans looked like it shook you up a bit.
Yeah. I get this sinking feeling whenever I remember how Dan and mages like my family were persecuted and died out.
Szép jó
And
estét,
now,
Zsegi
I
úr.
finally know why that is.
Nagyon helyes.
But I was thinking, if Renans end up living together with Danans again, then mages won't be such an unusual thing to see on Dana anymore, right? I know it's not as simple as all that, but Danans probably won't be so quick to let their guards down, and there might be Renans who still act superior because of their arts.
It wouldn't surprise me. 300 years of bad blood and prejudice isn't going to be an easy thing to overcome.
Yeah, I know firsthand just how much hatred can take hold in your heart once you let it in. But even so, I was still able to change. And if I can change, so can anyone else. So I was thinking maybe, I don't know, I could use my position as both a Danan and a mage to help bring both sides together.
Rinwell.
That great spirit worries me too, though. Dana's will feels so warm and inviting. So why is Rena's will trying to destroy our entire planet?
Now that you mention it, Everick 35 and the other scientists here never really brought that up. Maybe they don't know either.
Maybe. But regardless, at the end of the day, Dan is still our home. There's no way we can let it be destroyed.
We won't. We'll keep it safe no matter what.
Késleltetésem, hát ez ilyen tudatalatti telepátia.
I still can't believe it, man.
You're not the only one still trying to make sense of all this. Believe me.
Really? You've never struck me as the type of guy to get hung up on these sorts of things.
Did you forget what happened back in Thistleum? Once my memories started coming back to me, I felt completely and totally lost.
It was really that bad for you?
Yeah, it was. But thanks to Law and everybody else, I remembered that I still had things out there worth fighting for.
Man, I think you might be a better guy than me, Alphen. All I can remember thinking was, when's this guy gonna get his act together?
Law.
I was too worried about
Zsegit, hogy
repeating
mi
the same mistakes
történt.
I'd made back with my dad, and running away from the truth. That was no way to live. And I've tried to stay strong, my way. But all this talk about other races and the world ending, if I can be honest with you guys, it's just all too much for me to handle right now.
I know this is going to sound strange coming
Most
from
azt
me.
próbálják beadni a játék sztoriának,
About the big stuff right now.
hogy jöttek az ufók a bolygóval, ideértek lelkesen,
but I never really
Összeszedték
opened
a
up to
másik
anyone about them.
bolygóról azokat, akik
And when I
tudtak
realized my
varázsolni,
visions
vagy
pointed to a threat that was
hozzáfértek
bigger than
a
me, I didn't
asztrális
know what I should do or
energiához,
who to tell.
azokból csináltak egy ilyen uralkodó
You guys
osztályt,
were all there for me. To
elhitették
teach me
velük,
what's
hogy
really
ők egy
important.
másik
I
faj,
just had to open up and listen.
és mindezt azért, hogy lenyúlják az asztrális energiát a bolygóról. Aztán az asztrális energia megvadult, valami szellem lett belőle, és átvette az irányítást az UFO-kon.
All I want to do is protect the people that really matter to me. To fight for them. That's good enough, right?
Not everyone is strong enough to fight.
Huh?
És az egész úgy néz ki, mint egy nagy virág.
You know you're strong enough to fight, and you're strong enough to protect the people you care about.
Most valahol itt tartunk a sztoriban.
Just don't lose sight of what you want to protect in the first place. Sound good?
Yeah, I think it does. It's like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I'll fight to protect the people around me. Just like I always have. I think that's best.
Az biztos, egy órája magyarázzák, és én még nem tudom, mit gondoljak róla. Tehát azért néztek ki ugyanúgy, és azért volt annyi a különbség, hogy az egyik fajnak világított a szeme, és ezért hitték ők, hogy azt a kiválasztottak, mert igazándiból igaz. Mert hogy az UFO-k összeszedték a bolygóról azokat, akik érzékenyek voltak, úgymond a mágiára, vagy az asztrális energiára. Ja, Istenem. Nem, a szememet azért csukom be, mert aludnák egy pillanat alatt, hogyha elengedném magamat.
It's shocking to have so many things I thought to be indelible fade away in mere seconds.
Az más.
I'm still not sure everything we've heard here is actually true.
Let's not delude ourselves.
Mert fit vagyok ide, és egyáltalán nem fáradt.
It's a rather elaborate one. I can only imagine that you must have been constantly feeling like this, ever since your memory returned, Alphen. And you as well, Shion. About your thorns, and being a maiden.
That's just part of being alive, don't you think?
Well, to say the least. But enough about me. I'm not concerned for myself. What concerns me is all of the other Renans out there.
When you say the other Renans, you mean the ones that are living on Lenegis or Dana, right?
Correct. Even if we stop the Great Spirit from annihilating Dana, our problems will still remain. Putting aside the untold state that Rena may be in, if we do not truly belong there, we will have to think long and hard about where it is that we wish to return to.
So, I guess your only real choices at this point are to either stay on Lenegis or come down to Dana, huh? And right now, Lenegis might not even be a safe option.
And at the same time, Danans are hardly likely to embrace Renans with open arms. If the issue is forced, things could turn dire. There is, after all, 3 centuries worth of hatred to overcome between us. And the victims of our rule have absolutely every right to feel animosity towards us Renans. Our own circumstances as the aggressors are irrelevant.
I didn't expect the former Lord of Menancia to be so down about people reconciling.
Menancia's fate was a stroke of good luck. There had been backlash over how it had been ruled, and I was blessed to have sympathizers among my ranks. Still, even now, there remain ardent dissidents.
But things can still change if you have the right people to help lead the way. Isn't that what you hope to achieve on Lenegis, after this is all over?
Indeed. I have fully accepted the burden of that responsibility. In that regard, I remain determined. On that note, I have something of a favor to ask of you, Alphen.
Oh? What is it?
I wish for you to serve as a mediator, so that the Renans can live on Dana peaceably. As the one and only Blazing Sword, I suspect the Danans may listen to what you have to say when problems arise.
And I take it that you'll be the one to represent the Renans?
Yes. I realize that I'm asking quite a lot of you. However, The fact of the matter is that it will take time for Renans to re-enter Danon society without any bloodshed. That is why.
You're the same as ever, Dohalim.
Is it too much?
No, relax. You get so tense and formal when you're asking for a favor. Listen, there's no need for that. We're friends.
You're too kind. I can see you were raised well.
That's some high praise, Alphen.
Then I'll ask once again, this time just as friends. Alphen, will you help me?
You don't even need to ask. Of course I will.
Thank you, my friend.
Well, it sounds like everyone's learning from their past and using it to create a better future for everyone.
What about you, Shion? How do you feel about the origin of the Renans?
To be honest, I'm not really all that shocked, actually. I mean, I might be a Renan in the literal sense, but I've never really felt like one of them. Right now, it's kind of a mystery.
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time, all I ever thought about was how I was going to die. Not if or when, but how. I thought I'd die alone. That fate had me in its steely grip. I would have never imagined that I'd be traveling with someone like you, fighting to save Rena and Dana. I mean, how could I have? It's been going on for 300 years. All this tragedy and destruction. When you consider the Helganquil's part in all this, it's been even longer than that. It was Naori's hope that somehow, someone in the future would be able to stop it, before it was too late. How it fell on us, of all people, to heed that call, is a mystery.
I don't think Naori was hoping that we would just stop the world from getting destroyed. She considered me, a Danon, as a real person. And she very much cherished her own people, too. I don't think she wanted the world to be saved, just so they could go back to hurting each other. Oh, maybe this is what she meant.
Huh?
When we were talking to Kisara earlier.
Ott is dolgozzon.
Everyone's needing to meet
Már
halfway.
egy órája beszélnek ugyanarról.
She said that the first step down that path was for each of us to put aside our own hatred. That means forgiving other people. Even and especially before they forgive you.
Forgiving. So it goes both ways, right? Is that what you're saying?
De amúgy jogos, de nem tudok vele mit csinálni.
I don't just mean forgiving things that happened in the past either. Conflicts will keep happening. If we have any hope of moving on and building a better future, we have to all learn to forgive each other.
You know, you're right. People can hurt one another without even meaning to. I know that better than most, thanks to these thorns.
It's not going to be easy getting past this pain. But if we can do it, I'm sure there'll come a time when we can all truly understand each other. I'm there with you, Shion. I too want to protect the world we live in, and all the people we care about. I think that's the very least I can do to repay Naori for everything that she did.
Yeah. I want a future that she would feel proud to live in, and I'm going to fight for it.
Whoa there, Savior Girl. We're here to save you too, you know.
Yes, I know. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I want to live, and that's the honest truth.
Well, is everybody ready to do what needs to be done?
I am. There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dan is still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
No, akkor papíron visszamegyünk az UFO-hoz, az eljutat minket a szellemhez, szétrújjuk a szellemnek a valagát, és mindenki boldogan él, amíg meg nem halt. Kihagytam valamit? Na, most ezt az egy mondatot most mondták el másfél órába.
And it's going to take not just our home, but all of existence along with it. That alone is enough to make it.
Bár még mindig mondják.
But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Xion.
You're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Maladyce, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Xion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Xion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Xion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain. At the very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
While the main body resides in Rena.
Xion,
Igen.
if these thorns really are a part of Rena's Great Spirit, I'm going to go over there and get a piece of my
Megmondom
mind
neki a
and then some.
magamét. Ja, hát meghívjuk egy kávéra, persze.
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Maladyce were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge for merely 6.
And we only know about the Thorns connection thanks to Naori.
Mindig jósága van.
Hevric 35 has been observing the Great Astral Spirit this whole time. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see what that is. Our minds are made up. Let's go give Hevric 35 our answer.
Arra kéne emlékeznem, az melyik szinten volt, mert amúgy fingom sincs. Központi. Az lesz az. Na, ha véletlen elindulna itt valami baszó, nem tudom én, szellemfájt. Amúgy tényleg 1 órát pofáztak újra elnézésre. Előtte gyorsan kiszaladok budira. Jaj. És ne bántsátok Malát, ha időnként bealszik. Nem tudok vele mit csinálni. De látjátok, amióta itt van Zsegi, már milyen üde és fit vagyok. Hű. Jaj, tényleg, nem tudom, itt van-e még zsegi. De hogy muzsikált a Resident Evil Requiem, vagy mi a túró címe? Na, beszéljünk az UFO-val, mert még nem beszélgettünk eleget. Még kell valakivel beszélgetni. Mondtak egy narancsot, vagy mi ez, mandarint?
You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renus Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renus Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually
Rossz
right
terv,
all
nem
along.
tetszik.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit, and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit,
Kell
and is
egy
therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die, that we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational.
That's...
It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part
Az
of
AI-t nehéz meggyőzni, hogy ne a legoptimálisabbat válasszon.
300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the great astral spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns can be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renis Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the great astral spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony. Considering that the Renis Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed, I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Király.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Maladyce.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower, then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Fölrobbanunk a bolygóval együtt,
I wish
geci,
that
jó
thing
lesz.
would tell it to us straight for once.
Havrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar, is all.
Na, nyomjuk neki, most már másfél órája beszélgetünk, verjünk agyon valamit.
We're going to Rena.
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to.
Szerintem azt pont telibe szarja ez a
Remember
szó.
that.
It matters little to me.
Mondtam, azt pont
The
nem
end
érdekli.
result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Man.
Ja,
Is it too much to
Istenem.
ask for Havrek 35 to talk like a normal person? I swear I can feel my brain starting to fry after listening to all that complicated stuff.
Don't worry. I think we're mostly done with him. Now all we have to do is rest up and wait. Once the Fall Knights is good to go again,
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head-on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different light. Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Danans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Danans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better luck among their friends. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing and protecting.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal future you hope to see when this is all over?
Yes, I do. I think it would make for a fine tribute to my brother's legacy. Though, that said, I would be doing it for the people of the future first and foremost. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menancia, you know.
As I shall ever keep in mind.
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. I'll always be there for you, Doe.
Did you just... Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the
Menjetek
two of us aren't
szobára.
so different after all, don't you think that brings down a barrier that used to be between us?
You know, I hadn't actually thought of it that way before. But I do like the sound of it.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, if everything we've heard about the Great Spirit is true, then we're getting close to our final battle. So I wanted to apologize while I can.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before, about whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being questioned. So, I'm sorry, Rinwell. Really. I should have kept my mouth shut.
No, Law. Honestly,
I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can sense it a lot more than the rest of us? Because you can understand it?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I think I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. It made me believe I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind.
Yeah.
Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like it has a will of its own. But I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside each of us? In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Heverick 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. I fight for who I want to fight for. That's who I am now. Who I've become. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me.
Ah.
To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of Dana's will... well, I mean, it mostly was... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was worried it was because...
Huh?
Never mind. Nothing. Just forget about it.
Huh? No, what were you saying?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were thinking?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Then spit it out already. You sure you don't want to get some rest?
Eddig pihentünk, bazzeg.
I can't.
Én már
I've got
megint
too
mindjárt
much on my
megint ide
mind.
alszok.
Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Xion?
Same as you, still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana?
Amúgy
That feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Nem most volt, hogy lordok
Ages and
ellen
ages ago.
mentünk, hogy úristen.
Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so
Azóta
many
egész
wonderful
kinőttük
people.
magunkat.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Hevrecht 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the blazing sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
Nem
It's true the
játszunk
blazing sword may not have the
önfeláldozósat.
strength of the Renis Alma. But it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything that
Listen,
we've...
the Great Spirit isn't just our problem. It's a threat to our entire world. Renans and Danans alike. We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Shion. I'm going to fight this until the very end. I hope you can forgive me for that.
Nyomjál már rá egy csókot a szerencsétlen. Kicsit ráz, jó lesz.
Alphen. Okay, I understand. And I'll forgive you.
Thank you, Shion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
I remember how I felt the first time you touched me. My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shion,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
Én már nem hiszek benne, hogy eljutunk odáig. Lehet, hogy hónap kéne, már nagyon itt vagyok, 10 óra. Biztos nem lesz olyan rövid az a fight, még előtte beszélgetnek egy fél órát, utána még egy másfél óra levezető szex.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Hát nem tudom.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anyone
Hát
within the
nézzük
bounds of
meg.
Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrect 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the Fall Knights.
Itt meg még meg lehet gyógyítani, nagyon jó. Öt boldog üveg volt benne. Nem vagyok benne biztos, hogy ez a legjobb ötlet, de persze, menjünk. Zsegi mindjárt fölpörgeti itt a hangulatot. Csak most már tényleg érünk oda, ne legyen még egy 40 perces bevezető.
Host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that
Működik a
means.
hajó.
Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
Abban legszívesebben csak egy csupa tartanám a szemem. Na, megyünk a virágra. Ott megy az asztrális energia.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
Kiszipolyozták, de rendesen.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude, until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is Rena. This is where everything began. Yet it's a dead world?
I won't let Dana suffer the same.
Jó, többfelé lehet menni, az baj.
Ever.
És merre menjünk? Én azt mondanám, menjünk jobbra. Hát nem nyert. Tegyük egyenesen, az se nyert.
Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Renaissance using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
we might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Renaissance, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up.
Jó.
Helganquil.
Guess they don't need their red one in
Legalább
disguises
bunyó.
anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
53-asok, az sok.
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
No further! Come and face me! This one's mine!
Purge malevolence! Magic is ready! Sleep now!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Not on my watch! Here! Alright!
Here, let me help.
First aid! Holy Wrath! A chain between heaven and earth!
Here's a healing heart.
First a wailing dancing of lightning!
Mega Ray! Where are you going?
Sleep
Take
now!
this!
Mega Ray! There with the others!
Now you see what I can do!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Mega Ray!
This one's mine!
Mega Ray! Now! Alphen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
A chain between heaven and earth! Back into the fray! A wailing fancy of lightning!
Double Demon Fang!
Mega Ray! Divine Savior!
In a bind?
The waters of creation!
Double Demon Fang!
Man's immortal droplets! Tidal wave! Now! Alphen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Alphen.
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danon slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
Én meggondoltam magam, ebből még sok van hátra. Mármint, hogy végig keverekedni magunkat, a rosszabb se tudja mi. Már most úgy nézek ki, mint aki benéz. 10 óra elmúlt, rászálljuk szépen a holnapi napot, és megnézzük szépen a végét. Elmegyünk a bolygószállamig, picsárugjuk, hogy leégjen a haja, és utána még mindig van egy DLC, ami fogalmam nincs, mert ezután még miről fog tudni. Tolni. De olyan hosszan magyarázták itt a végén az egész hülyeséget, hogy itt teljesen bezuhantam. Úgyhogy semmi másra nem vágyom, csak hogy lecsukjam a szememet, és így maradja. Úgyhogy akit esetleg érdekel a vége, az holnap héttől, hát nem is héttől, mert végig kell magunkat verekedni itt. De hogy holnap jó eséllyel azért eljutunk odáig, hogy elküzdünk The bolygó szellemmel. És nem tudom milyen hosszú a DLC, de pont jó lesz szerintem. Gyakorlatilag még van egy hetünk. Mi a szeszig? A másik két gémnek a nőség. Jaj, erre fogok aludni. És azzal se tudom mi legyen, mert egyszerre fog kijönni a Death Stranding 2, meg a Crimson Desert. És mind a kettővel kurvára játszani kéne. Az még ott egy mókás dolog lesz. Egyébként azt kéne csinálni, ezt csak veletek kéne megbeszélni, kiérálja 2-kor. Akkor folytathatnánk, tehát én gyakorlatilag ilyen 1-2 órára már teljesen rendben leszek. Azért vagyok álmos 7-kor, mert én fönn vagyok. este hétre elfáradok. Na jó, ez az én problémám. Hát na jó, meg mondjuk egy kicsit a tiédek is korán kell. Na jó van. Az viszont biztos, hogy most szúnyog egyet. Ilyen malaalvás egy pár órás. Na, holnap befejezzük. Mármint ha nem fejezzük be, már lesz DLC, de hogy bigyó. Na.